Yo, 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 what's good? What's going on, man? Salute to everybody tuning into the channel, man. It's your boy Acito. Y'all already know what time it is. We got to get into these reviews, okay? So I have took my time, okay? I took my time. You know what I'm saying? I listened to this album repeatedly, okay? Because I wanted to make sure I gave every single song the proper listen, okay? Because when we talked about the first Max B, the Public Domain 7, I wasn't too fond of that. I wasn't too fond of that. You know, going into this Narcos project with French, I was like a little worried. I'm not gonna lie. Based on how that Public Domain album sounded, Max just his vocals just didn't sound right. He sounded off pitch on a lot of songs. He sounded very raspy. It sounded super rushed. I just didn't like it, bro. I didn't like it. Um, we got some kind of clarity to why that project came out and why it sounded the way it did. Um, they did an interview on the Breakfast Club, and French was pretty much like, when Max, first got out, he just wanted to work. He wanted to, go to studio, perform, do this, do that, and through him, doing shows and trying to get back to work, French told him like, yo, you need to like, chill out for a little bit, bro. Like, get your vocals, get your voice acclimated back to performing every, other day in studio sessions. You know what I'm saying? Like, Max, you've been locked up for like 20 years, so you got to get your body's different. It's not the same as it was back then 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, you damn near 50 years old. So when that Public Domain record, Max was just so eager to put some music out. So he pretty much just recklessly just recorded a bunch of those songs and put them out. And I think if he didn't say this, but I think if he could go back, he probably never would have put that out. He probably never would have put that out. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it didn't add any value in my personal opinion. Because every single interview that I've seen them do, they speak about, how do you feel about the negative, or people, a little worried about the songs when you first came home, you first were released from the first project. So, he explained that. So that kind of made sense. But I still don't understand why somebody would co-sign for him to put that out. Like, I just felt like that was bad. Like, put this out first. You know what I'm saying? Then you can do your solo joint. But it's enough for that. You know what I mean? We talk about Coke Wave 3.5 Narcos. Okay. I was really curious on why they call it 3.5, but I guess they skipped a series, I guess. They did Coke Wave 1 and 2, then they did 4, they skipped 3. So I guess 3.5 is like 3 and the next Coke Wave, or whatever the case may be. I don't know who the hell came with the idea, but nonetheless, I'm gonna say this. There is a lot of there's a good amount of songs on here that I like. I will say that. Like, it's a very mixed feeling. It's not a very cohesive album. It's not an album that just flows. It feels like very, like, all right, I had this in the tuck. Okay, I had this in the tuck. We got this produced. We got this produced. Like, there's not one specific sound. There's a lot of different producers on here. So it kind of was, it seemed like it was like a batch of beats that was sent to either French or Max, and they just pretty much just, put the vocals and stuff like that on there. But I do love the Metro Boomin records on here. You know what I'm saying? The Metro Wave, that's my shit. Um, what's the other one? Oh, damn. It's not Narcos. I forgot the name of it. It's another one on here. It's fire. I like Metro and Max. I like that. I don't even think I ever heard Metro. Did I hear Metro in French? I might have. I can't remember, but I like the samples. I like the BPMs that Metro, you know what I'm saying, picked for this particular songs, what I mean, with Max. I felt like Max sounded really good with Metro. Um, Ever Since You Left Me is my shit. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people loving that record. They should definitely be pushing that. That gives you you know what I'm saying, Coke Wave vibe. You know what I'm saying? I love that record. That record is fire. Um, what else I like? I like Be All You Can Be. I love that song. That's one of my favorites on there. Um, like I Wasn't, I like that. Effortless, I like that. There's another drink on here. Damn. Was it used to baby? It might have been, yeah, it might have been used to baby. Might have been used to baby. So you got 22 songs on this album, right? So out of the 22 songs, I'm probably taking like maybe 5 or 6 and putting them on a playlist. The other songs, if I listen to the album again, I'll probably, you know what I mean? Like, okay. But it's probably like 6 records that I really, really like that I will put on my playlist. And if they come on, I won't mind listening to them. Now, 6 out of 22, it's not really a good look. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. It's not really a good look. Um, I don't know, man. I just feel like it was very rushed. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You want to put something out there. You know what I mean? Get out there, do some promo. Max just got home, and another thing I love too is that they're doing promo. Like I see him on the Breakfast Club. I see him on SO and Heineken. I see them on various different platforms. You know, Complex. You know, Max is really moving around and getting himself in the algorithm, which is very, very smart. And you're doing it while you have a project. You have something, you know what I mean, to promote. So I get that, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm not super duper like, I'm not mad at them, you know what I'm saying? But I would have loved to see them lock in with one producer. I think one producer probably would have did really good justice for these two. Like I would have loved for them to lock in with just Dame Grease. You know what I'm saying? Just lock in with Dane Grease. Or lock in with like 2 producers. Dane Grease and Harry Fraud. I feel like those two you can't miss. You can't miss. You know what I mean? But I feel like they got it's so many different sounds where like I don't get like a good pace when I listen to the album. You know what I'm saying? It's very kind of all over the place. So for me, if I had to rate the album 1 through 10, I'm probably gonna give the album a 6. I'm probably gonna give it a 6. Will I probably revisit this album in 2026? Probably not. I probably will not revisit this album. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be real. Um Now, if they announce a tour, you know what I'm saying, like a Max and French Coke Wave tour or whatever, I'm pulling up because you gotta understand somebody like me, I'm more so the nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Like when Max was with Bird Gang and then when he left and he was doing his own thing, like I'm from that era. You know what I'm saying? The French Montana, the New York Minute French. You know what I'm saying? When he used to wear the Scullies with the chain with the fat doughboy on it. Like that's the type of music that if I go to a concert, yeah, I want to hear some of the new stuff, but I want to hear some of the old stuff too to take me back to when I was in high school, when I graduated, when I was, you know what I'm saying, like in my 20s. So I'm not mad. I just feel like Max just he got to keep working, bro. You got to take your time, bro. You just I feel like he's in a good space though. Like I love the energy. He's very happy. You know what I'm saying? He's making money. I think he got married. So, you know what I'm saying? Put some music out, you know, get some income rolling through, take a vacation, you know what I'm saying? Clear your mind, take care of yourself, man, health wise, Max. Like for real, make sure you're doing the right things to take care of your vocals and stuff like that because you're older, bro. You can't smoke, drink like you used to. I'm telling you, you're way older too. So you might want to get up in the gym, you know what I'm saying? Work out, get your cardio up, you know what I'm saying? Trim maybe 20, 15 pounds. Yeah, and I think like by like the summer, Max should be good. If he can do that, get himself right, you know, mentally and physically, I think he'll be good, and I think he'll be able to, you know, through repetition, through just keep, you know, recording, you know, just record in the studio till you stop, till you get about 50, 100 records, and then go in there and just pick. I feel like after you record about 50 something records, I feel like you'll find that niche or that pocket that you're missing. Cause I feel like you almost there. Like you're probably like 70%. 70%. but I feel like he's still a little rusty on some of these songs here. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I probably won't revisit this album, but like I said, there's about 6 records on here that I like that I will add to my playlist. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Let me know, what did y'all rate the Coke Wave 3.5? What was your favorite records? And what are you looking forward to when it comes to Max and French in 2026? It's your boy Acito, man. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the love. I'm out of here. Peace.